Alrighty, welcome back to Hunt the Hog. I'm your host, Sawyer Dillinger, alongside my dad, co-host, John Dillinger, and we got another one for you today. I'm not sad about the game today by any stretch of the imagination. 52-7, I believe, was the final score. Just not very, it doesn't get me super pumped up either at the same time. I want to score a whole lot more than that against a team like Alabama A&M. I want to reiterate, just because they scored 70 last year doesn't mean we should expect 70 every game like this. However, at the same time, I expected a little bit better performance from the first team, but mostly the second team. I don't feel like the second team performed as well as I would have liked to see them. And I'm not sure if Alabama A&M kept all their starters out, but honestly, I feel like our third team should be able to compete with their starters.
They had their starters in the whole game.
Yeah.
So, first off, when we talked the other day, I said the only thing we're going to learn from this game is if we're bad somewhere. And watching that first two defensive series, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then the defense settled down. Yeah. They started limiting. They started putting pressure on the quarterback. And, they shut them down after that first, we score. We go right down the field and score just like you want us to. Taylor looked great. The offensive line looked good in that first series. We're spreading the ball around. We go down the field and score, and we think, okay. And then, boom, they go down and look just almost as easy scoring against us as we did against them. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I looked at Dad. I was like, "This isn't fixing to be a good game here."
But we did say that in our video the other day that
shake the jitters.
Yeah, you're going to have some first few series jitters. I told myself I wasn't going to be, shook if they do go score on us early. I was figuring they would score early and then they would score late. They scored early and then they didn't score late, so that's good. What's some things that stuck out to you from the game?
I mean, obviously, Taylor Green, he looked as good as advertised. He went, I think it was, don't quote me because we don't have the stats pulled up.
Sawyer's phone's dead, so we don't have the ability to
I guess we should probably mention a little bit different background.
We're on location.
We are in Branson, Missouri on a little vacation a little bit here, so we're just out here having fun. It's beautiful out here in the mountains, but yeah,
Nephew's
so we don't.
in the pool. We're just kind of poolside.
If you hear some background noise, don't worry about it. It's just kids having fun. But yeah, so Taylor Green, I mean, don't quote me, but I think it was like 26 for 31 or 20. It was somewhere around there. It was
somewhere in that neighborhood.
322 yards, 6 touchdowns. He looked really good today. It looked like he got pressured quite a bit though.
Yeah, I'm worried, and maybe it's just.
I don't really think it was the line as much as it was just. They were blitzing quite a bit. Like I saw Mike Washington didn't pick up his guy at least once or twice.
Yeah, there was some running backs that missed some blitz.
Yep.
Didn't pick up their guy. So I think that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all stuff.
It
gives
didn't
them
look
things
like
to
the
work on.
offensive line was just letting them in.
Yeah,
they were just.
That's what I was worried.
They had a really good edge rusher. I'll say that he was in the backfield multiple times.
It wasn't like their defensive end was beating our tackles.
Yeah.
Or, their defensive tackles was just mauling our guards. It wasn't any of that. They were running a lot of blitzes and even when they would run stunts and stuff, they wasn't beating our line. So I think it was, first of all, I think Alabama and A&M is probably pretty good. We watched the UCA Missouri game.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those SWAC teams, have got some good ball players on them.
Yep.
And, they'll play for their teams in their conference, and then they'll move up next year. A lot of those players that we saw on Alabama A&M, well, there'll be some of them playing on SEC teams next year.
Maybe even Arkansas.
So hopefully that score, and we was talking about, like I predict the score ended up pretty close to what I predicted in our first video. And then I kind of changed it and I added a touchdown. And I thought it'd be like 60-14. So I know you was wanting 70.
Yeah. I was wanting mid to high 60s at minimum.
You got to realize Bobby Petrino doesn't want to show everything he's going to do.
Yes, absolutely.
The running game, even though we wound up with nearly 200 rushing yards, it never felt like the running game got good and going.
I'll say this about Alabama A&M: the most positive thing they showed today was their ability to stop at least control one part of the game. It looked like their entire practices and everything that they were planning for was to emphasize we're going to stop the run. If we're gonna give up yards over, we're at least going to sell out on the run and make sure that we hold that there. I feel like they did that very well. Again, didn't end up with even 200 rushing yards.
It was close. It was 194.
Didn't have a back over 100, I don't think. I don't think any of our back. I think Mike Washington.
Washington was 70-something yards, and he got almost 30 on one big chunk play.
One big chunk play
from
there.
KJ there at the end. It was good to see KJ get in.
Yeah. I wish I would have seen him more.
Yeah.
He went 2 for 4 for I think 30-something yards. I was hoping we'd get to see him a bit more.
So he come in pretty early in the fourth quarter, which is, I was wanting him to be able to come in about midway through the third, and he could have. But you're wanting to let the first team offense just keep clicking.
Yeah.
They were trying to maybe get the running game going a little bit, and so he come in. He was pretty efficient. I don't remember, he was around 50% passing and 40 or 50 yards. He threw a touchdown pass to Mike Washington Jr. Seemed like he had a good connection with him on that scoring drive because it was a handoff where he went for 26, and then it was a short touchdown pass there when they got it in the end goal, the red zone.
Yep.
But anyway, so yeah, you'd have liked to seen them come back and score on their last 2 possessions, but they got some good snaps in with the second team, and overall, I feel good about the game. I think they've got a lot to look at now on tape, a lot of things to fix. Hey, did this front 4 work good together? Did this front 5 work good together? Offense and defense. Who graded out the highest on the line? They're going to look at all that stuff. Like I saw the old man, he had 1 reception, but it was a big play. It was like 29 yards from Harrison. I was hoping he'd be more involved and more looked at. I don't know if they only went to him once, I think. He
didn't start. He got that in about the third quarter.
Okay, so he didn't get in till
yeah, he didn't get in until late for the majority. I would have liked to see a bit more rush on their quarterback. We didn't force any interceptions, which was
their quarterback was pretty good.
But they had a good quarterback.
Again, their team, I hope at least, unless they just fooled us and we're not as good, they look like they're going to be a good SWAC team to me. I'd say they're going to be middle of the pack or higher at least. They look like a good football team. They looked well coached. They looked like they had a good game plan. They had their first series scripted out real well. They come in and executed it. Like I said, went right down the field on us, scored. Then T-Will made some adjustments. Our defensive players started executing our game plan better. And so I think Alabama A&M is going to be a good SWAC team. Hopefully the Hogs going to be a good SEC team. That's what we care about. What about the SEC today?
Man,
Alabama
didn't look too great.
Laying an egg. Texas.
What's crazy is
Texas, I thought laid a goose egg, but they scored late, didn't they?
They scored. They finally, Arch Manning looks like he's about the biggest flop I've ever seen. And you got to take it with a grain of salt. Ohio State's the best team in the country right
Arch
now.
Manning,
until proven otherwise.
Is he going to be Eli? Is he going to be Peyton? No, he threw it more, or Archie. He threw it more like Cooper.
Yeah. Again, you got to take it a little
bit.
Which
is his daddy, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I have no idea.
Yeah, it is.
Really don't
He's
know.
Cooper's son.
But yeah, so they're playing the best team in the country, the reigning defending national champions. So
Ohio State looked tough.
Yeah, they're a good football team. There's no doubt about it. You win a national championship
for
a reason.
They're going to be in the playoffs.
But Arch Manning did look like he looked bad. He did not look.
No, he didn't look good.
He didn't look like a great quarterback. Which hey, they've got an entire 11 more games to play and let him show it off. Alabama. I said this before. I've said
Florida
it again.
State was 2-10 last year.
Alabama's not Alabama. I mentioned that in our SEC pick'ems. I knew that they weren't going to be as good as they used to be, but I had them walloping FSU. I mean, it wasn't a close game in my opinion. I was like, they're gonna kill them. Florida State was 2-10 last year. A terrible team.
I don't remember when I picked that game. I was thinking it'd probably be something like 35-14 or something like that.
It ended up
Florida
being about 35-14.
Florida State said, "Yeah, well, that's what it's going to be. We're going to flip it though. It's going to be us over."
Yeah, Florida State whooped them. I mean, Ty Simpson just didn't look like he knew where he was. So, I mean,
what do you think Bama fans are saying? Has anybody started?
War Eagle.
Has anybody started the Fire Kalen DeBoer website yet?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, the problem with Alabama is you've been so spoiled for just 30 years. You've had great coaching.
You know, Auburn fans was cheering that game.
Oh,
did they play today?
They could lose this whole season. You know how happy they are right now?
I saw, let's see, who else did we see scores on?
I know
There's a lot
Georgia
of them
is playing Georgia State. I didn't look at it. I assume they're beating the brakes off of Georgia State, of course. Southern Miss and
I thought Ole Miss
Mississippi
was playing Georgia State.
Could be. Georgia was
I
playing
think Ole
somebody.
Miss is playing Georgia State.
They are. Georgia was playing some little team. I'm sure they're beating the brakes off of them. Mississippi State and
you don't know. You never know.
Southern Miss, they were tied when the last time I seen them.
Who won that game?
I don't know. I haven't checked on any of those scores. It was 10-10 when I was watching it. And then, of course, Ole Miss is going to be playing Georgia State today. I'm looking forward to an absolute bloodbath. I hope Georgia State, I'm talking about, I hope they bury Ole Miss and put them in the dirt.
Well, they're not going to.
Nail the coffin on Joey Aguilar. I hope they're terrible, but they're not going to be. They're going to be good. They're going to probably kill that game. But, yeah, a lot to look forward to, a lot of SEC games next week.
It's always good when Alabama loses.
Always good when Texas loses.
Always good when Texas loses.
God, is it good when Texas loses.
Of course, Texas fans, they think they're going to run the table now.
Yeah.
That was going to be their only loss of the season.
I got news for you. There's some more coming.
Yeah. If
more than what I was
if
thinking.
Today is any indication of how they're going to play this season, there's going to have some more losses ahead, and hopefully Arkansas is one of them.
If they play like they did against Ohio State, there's a good chance. If Arch Manning is still their quarterback when Arkansas rolls around, you never know. He will
be unless he gets hurt. He will be. Yeah, he'll figure it out.
He'll be good.
He's a good quarterback.
You can't be a Manning and not be.
Well, even that, he's if his last name was I think I heard somebody the other day say if his name was Arch McGillicuddy, he would be. If his name was Arch McGillicuddy, he would not be this height.
No, he would not be the starting
but he would
quarterback for Texas.
He might be the starting quarterback for Texas, but he wouldn't have been dubbed the next king of college football.
And given a $5 million, however much money
he
was
would
given.
just be like,
a Quinn Ewers. Just a good
quarterback. Just another quarterback. What's Alabama's
Ty
Simpson, but because he's got that Manning on the back of his jersey.
It's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, and also, that's what I was fixing to say. He has all this undue pressure on him, too, to live up to that, But like I said, he's Cooper's son. He's not hard. He's not
supposed to be
a
what, defensive tackle or whatever Cooper
No, he was wide receiver, I think. Yeah. Maybe played some cornerback or something.
That we should have thought about that. He's not the son of the general. He's not the son of Tom Brady's father.
He's still Archie's grandson. He's
Cooper's.
named after his granddad. It's supposed to be one of the greatest ever.
Honestly,
but I'll be honest
this is
with
bad. I'm young, but I don't know who Archie Manning is.
I look back. I've watched a lot of his stuff. I mean, he was good, but I think he was overrated too.
He wasn't Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's a good quarterback. That's a good quarterback. That's the general right there.
Yeah. Eli wasn't. Eli never scared me in college. We beat Eli.
Well, he scares Tom Brady. I know that.
He is the Brady killer. That's a fact.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else?
I mean, just still excited for the season. I'm not down. I don't want that to come up. My demeanor to come across.
Did it change your score prediction for next week at Arkansas State?
It changed my score prediction for every game this season, I'm pretty sure. And, Missouri looked really good against UCA as well. I was hoping that they were going to be terrible. Just a lot of games to play. That's the last game of the season, so not even a reason to talk about that game. But,
a lot of things can happen between now and then.
Yeah, and also, again, like you said, and I don't want to make this a long podcast, but, Bobby Petrino's not giving up what we're doing. He's not. We didn't play our starters. Like, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
he's-
Missouri played their starters the whole 4
That's
quarters.
the thing. You know, scoring 50-something points in a game, that's great. I remember back when Houston Nutt was a coach, we play a team like this. If we scored 40, that was a big time deal. You don't, in first game of the season, the FCS opponent, you're not going to show your hand.
Yeah.
You're trying to just run your offense, get everybody acclimated. We had how many different receivers?
I think you said like 12.
I mean, it was double digits.
Yeah,
it was a
over 10.
bunch of receivers.
Raylan
Did
Sharp.
we have how many? Did we have like 29 defensive
29
players?
defensive statistics.
Recorded a
different players.
stat in this ball game. That's
So, yeah.
great. They
It's-
were getting players on the field.
Yeah.
You know,
It's good to
so
see the ball being spread around and everything. Raylan Sharp, he just with his reception today, he's got the second longest consecutive games of catching reception. He's got 30-game streak right now going. So that's quite
That's
impressive.
awesome.
That's
so
pretty good.
I'm still super high on the Hogs.
High on the
I
Hogs is
think
the
we
name of the
did exactly what we needed to do. Sawyer, he wanted
Not
to
so
score
much.
70.
I was hoping we'd get.
I think
higher
I'm
scoring
fine
game.
with what we did. Like I said, we didn't show everything. You know, we wasn't trying to go all out, and you know. So
I wish the defense would have did a bit more. I'll say that because it's your
we had
defense
2
is showing.
turnovers. We turned
Fumbles.
we turned them over twice on defense.
Would have liked to see more pressure.
Arkansas played clean. We didn't turn the ball over
Yeah.
any, so that's good.
Did you see? Do you know what the the penalties were?
I didn't-
If we
I don't
had a bunch
remember.
or not?
I tried to look at the box score because I knew
We've
your phone
been doing
was dead.
stuff all
but
day since we didn't get to watch the game how we would have liked to.
No, we were watching on our phones as we were doing other stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
so we didn't get to watch all of it. But I don't feel like there was a lot of. I know we had some penalties because
I
we had
missed
some
several
holding
defensive-
calls. But I don't feel like there was too much. I don't feel like we played a very sloppy game. I think we did good.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited next week. Y'all are going to get the on-field live reaction at War Memorial Stadium when
Live
Arkansas
from War
puts
Memorial.
a war hammer whooping the War Pigs, beating them Red Wolves
Arkansas
to
Warhammers,
death.
#1 fantasy football team
That's just
in
not
the
true.
#1
It's not true.
fantasy league, which is
Yeah.
the battle for the Golden
Y'all,
Turkey.
y'all stay tuned in. We might mention how tomorrow starts our fantasy season. I believe it
4th.
is tomorrow.
September 4th. No, it's a couple days away.
They
next
play,
week.
Don't play on Sunday. Okay, so they play next Sunday. Well, never mind. But yeah, I'm very excited for the season. Can't wait for us next weekend. We're going to start the preview for Arkansas State, and then we'll be going to that game, so you'll get the on-field live reaction. But as always, I've been your host. Today's episode, as every episode is sponsored by Shelter Insurance. For all your shelter needs,
Dillinger
licensed,
Insurance Agency.
licensed in Arkansas, Tennessee, and
You
Missouri.
can't leave that out. That's the most important part. It's
Well,
not just
nobody knows
shelter.
the
It's
we need
Dillinger
the
Insurance
brand.
Agency
In-
in Harrisburg, Arkansas, but licensed
Yeah.
in 3 states.
Missouri.
I've got
That's where we're at right now.
Missouri. These people right here by the pool. If they want some car insurance, they
Let's
come
tell
over
them
here.
right now.
I give them some car insurance right now. So
Licensed in Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri.
yeah,
For your home, farm, life, health,
We got you.
annuity,
We got you covered.
anything you need, we're your shield, we're your shelter.
That's right.
Am I getting paid for this or just?
it's called Somewhere to Live.
Okay, that's fair enough. But thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in next week. If you haven't been able to, go watch the previous
Like,
episodes.
share,
Comment,
comment.
subscribe, everything. It
That's
helps
the
us
thing.
out a bunch.
get these videos in front of other folks.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, God bless and go Hogs. We're
Jesus
Pig.
saves.